Tuesday, no Taco Tuesday. Tonight I'm starting with my dessert, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and prepare my peach cobbler pie. And what you see me doing, I'm taking a simple egg wash, which I did egg and heavy cream. And I'm spreading it across my pie crust. This is going to make sure that when I do dump my peach ingredients on here, that is when it bake, it's not going to give it the soggy taste. It's going to allow it to stay crispy as it bakes. I don't know if you guys care or not, but I certainly do. So yeah, this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to start with my pie mixture. Here you'll see me doing 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract as well as lemon extract. You can do lemon juice, but I'm going to use lemon extract. You're going to boil it. Dry ingredients. You're going to do 1 cup of white sugar, a half a cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 of nutmeg, 1/4 of salt. You're going to mix all of this together until it's fully combined. And then you're going to go ahead and get your peaches that you had your lemon extract and vanilla extract boiling in. And go ahead and line your coated pie crust at the bottom. You're going to see something pop up. And I just want you guys to stay focused on the pie, okay? Because I don't know. He just gets on the camera and he just does his own thing, okay? But anyways, I'm going to make sure it's all mixed just like this as such. You're going to go ahead and put it in your wet ingredients and you're going to mix it all until it's fully combined. If you don't want this filling thick, like as thick, you can add 1/4 of teaspoon of water so that, you know, it'll give that little lazy taste. Also, you want to put 2 tablespoons of butter, cut them up, and layer them on top as well. Just gonna get your little creamy taste there. Once this is done, and you're just gonna see, I'm just gonna make sure it's all even, flattened out together, fully combined as such. I'm gonna go ahead and get my second pie crust here, and I'm gonna lay it flat out. Nothing special if you store bought it. If you were actually have made this, you might want to put a little flour out so it don't stick. But this is store bought. It is ready for me to lay out. I'm just going to cut these in strips here because I'm going to make a lattice top. It's just, I just prefer it. I don't prefer my peach pie fully covered on top of crust because I just love to taste the pie taste, actually. The peach taste, excuse me. But yes, gonna do it like this as such. And what you're gonna do, because I know you guys see the extra crust, you're either gonna fold that crust over like you'll see me do in a minute on this other side, or you're gonna actually just remove it, because what's gonna happen when you put this in the oven, if you have the excess crust, you're gonna have a bottom full of pie on the oven bed and it's gonna burn. So just make sure you get the excess crust off, or you fold it over, whichever one. I'm taking the egg wash and putting it on top because it's the same. You want to have that nice brown crust on top and you don't want it to be soggy. So this is what the egg wash is going to do. Once this is complete, I'm going to put this in the oven for 10 minutes at 450 degrees. After those 10 minutes, I'm going to reduce the heat to 350 and let it bake down. What that's going to do is give it that nice crunchy crust, brown crust, and then it's going to be able to cook the rest of it in a slow cook. So again, you're going to make sure you take that excess off or fold it over in a nice little uniform so it don't fall when you get in the oven. Yeah. Getting my water ready for my macaroni. You guys know how I do my pasta water. Boil it, oil, salt. This is my cheese sauce. I had started with 4 tablespoons of butter. Let it melt. Then added some cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar cheese shreds. And then I'm going to add this whipping cream here, just to go ahead and get it all good and creamy. This is for my macaroni cheese sauce. I'm going to cut my cheddar block up in dices. And you'll see here it's going inside of the noodles. Once the noodles are full done, you want to cook your noodles al dente. Please cook them al dente because you don't want the noodles soggy. I tell you guys this all the time. Al dente. I'm not going to say all the time. I haven't really cooked much pasta. But the last time I made pasta, I told you guys this. Don't need y'all fact checking. But anyways, go ahead and cube the cheese. The block cheese, which is sharp cheddar as well. You can choose whichever cheese you like based on your tasting, but with my macaroni and cheese, I just like to stick with the plain cheddar, Kobe Jack. You don't need anything too funky for macaroni and cheese. Some people prefer other things. Well, and actually, you'll see a little bit later, I did add like this smoky mac and cheese mix. Different stores have different things. I kind of did taste a different taste on it. But once this is complete, you're going to go ahead and get 1/4 tablespoon of butter and go ahead and mix it all up. Here you see I have my evaporated milk. Taking the top off here. And I'm going to do half first and mix this up. Give it a good mix. Make sure all my butter and my block cheese is combined. And I did add some pepper and salt to the noodles too. That I didn't show you guys, but I did. I'm going to add my cheese sauce in here. I'm going to mix it all up. Once this is completely mixed, I am going to add that second half can of that milk. Macaroni sound is very important, you guys. It's very important. You want to listen to that sound. But the second half here, I'm going to add that smoky macaroni and cheese blend that I told you guys about. That's just the final cheese I'm going to add. So you had a cheese block, sharp cheddar. You had the cheese sauce that you made with sharp cheddar. And then you had the smoky blend, smoky macaroni and cheese blend. Here, I'm just taste testing because it's important before you put your egg in. Make sure it's a good taste that you like. And then I'm just going to top it off with some salt and pepper here. Just because I added all these sharp cheeses. And that's just based off my taste that I taste. You can go based off your taste. If you feel like you don't need no more after that, do not add no more. You don't want it salty. I'm going to add my 2 eggs here. It's going to make sure that it bakes all together here. I don't like little bits of egg pieces in my macaroni and cheese. So I mix it up before I actually combine it in my noodles with my cheese. It's just my preference. I don't like seeing the egg separated from the noodles and the cheese and macaroni and cheese. I think that's so disgusting because you should not taste that. That's not what the egg is for. It's not to add egg. It's just to make sure all your ingredients sticks together. So if you have that, I mean, if that's what you like, okay, whatever. But I don't like that. So I just mix my egg first and then I pour it in there to avoid that. Just going to layer the top here. I'm start with fine cheddar Kobe Jack. And then I have cheddar sharp. The bigger pieces, I don't like when it melts and it's thick. So that's why you see me the little pieces. And then put the fine back on top just so that it can melt pretty good. After this is done, I'm going to go ahead and bake it at 350 degrees. This is my secret ingredient that I use for my batter. And I'm going to let my fish sit in it for a little while I make the actual dry coating, which is going to be baking powder, all-purpose flour, as well these seasonings, as well as yellow cornmeal. We're going to get them all mixed up. And that's paprika, thyme, oregano, onion powder, dill, and poultry season along with salt, a little bit of salt. Then I'm going to get my oil ready. Once my oil is ready, I'm going to take the wet chicken, coat it with the dry, fry it. That's my broccoli, my pie, and my macaroni and cheese. Of course, y'all have to see my plates, how it presents, you know. This is just so good. And light, by the way.